Hello everyone and welcome to the next episode of Creating Mobile Game series. In this video we're gonna add visual effects to our game. And before we start, just a reminder that you can already try completed game on itch.io or Google Play Store. Don't miss my next video by subscribing for the channel. If you have any feedbacks or questions, please leave them in the comment section. And of course, hit that like button. With that said, let's get started. So let's just stop for a second on this scene here on the completed game. And so what we want to add today is first of all this snow. And then I would also like to have this animation when we place decoration. And we're placing it in the wrong place, then our decoration should move towards the right position. And also will be nice to have this particle effect. And for some of the particle effects, we will use existing package from Unity Asset Store from Gene Moreno. I really recommend this package. They also have some paid packages that include much more assets and visual effects. But for this game, we will just stick to a free version, so we can already import it to our project. So just click on Open in Unity and it will pop up this package manager with the right package in place. So we just need to import it, then this window appear, and we want to import either everything. You can pick whatever you want. I will just take remastered. So with this I just click import button and all of these assets will appear in our project in a second. Make sure to use Unity Store while prototyping your game. I will attach URL for this package to the video, and so we will return to these visual effects later on, but for now let's create our snow particle effect. And I guess let's start from our main menu scene. So let's go there. Also I can see that I have some level config here, so I will want to drag it over to scripts. So in main menu, right click in the root of your hierarchy and then create effects particle system. Let's call it snow. And if we double click, we can see closer how our particle system works. I will reset transform. Just a bunch of some random squares, and we cannot see them because we need to go to render tab, and here we can specify on which level it is rendered. So in our certain layer, let's say that it's decoration. And now we can see it on our game scene. So first thing we want to do here, in the same render tab, let's change our material. And for now, let's just take default particle system. One of those, I'll just take this default particle. Right now it's just spreading in like a circle, I guess, is shape around, or what is, yeah, it's cone. And we want to change it to edge. So it will be like a line. And let's also drag it over to the top so we can see better this edge shape or how big it is. You can see this blue-ish line. This is our edge. And so we can make it bigger by expanding radius. So let's make it bigger, a bit more than screen size. So for me it will be, let's say 7. And now I also want to rotate it by Z axis on 180 degrees, and now we see it on the screen. So now we already have snow-ish effect, but it's still not there yet. So what we want to change is our speed. So we can go to our start speed, will be different, random between two constants, and again restart. And so this one will be 0.3 and 2. So now we already see that it's much slower, and so we increase start lifetime to 20. And so we can see that all of the snowflakes should be somewhere a bit more than our screen, but not too far, so we're not overload our device with all of these objects. It looks already better. However, let's also change our color a bit. Again, let's choose random between two colors, and yeah, we want to have this white, but maybe a bit, more transparent. And then here even more, so like this. And so speed, yeah, I guess it's fine, but right now all of them are identical in the size. So let's change size as well. And for that, we want to change start size. So again, random between two constants. And let's again say 0.3 and maybe 1.5. This looks nice. So in the emission tab, we can change how many we want to have of these particles at once, and you can play around with these values. Like the more you specify, the more dense it will be. But I guess even with default value, no, I will actually put it to 30. I like this when it's 30 here. Yeah, it's like very dense snow, but some of the snowflakes are too big for me, so I will actually make it like 0.8. Yeah, and it's too fast for me, so I'll put 1.2 as a max speed, and so I will need to increase lifetime to maybe 22. Happy with the result, so let's drag this to our prefabs folder so we can reuse this in our game scene. So yeah, let's save our main menu, and now we can, so let's activate some of the canvas, or no, we don't need that, it's fine. Now we just drag this prefab into our scene. And also, so for the game scene, I would like it be pre-warmed, so we have more snowflakes from start. Next thing we want to do is to move decoration after placement on its correct place. So this should be done in our decoration controller script, because it's held information about our decoration that we placed, and also its position as a target, right? So hit placed. So because all of these movements for our decoration will be happen in the update script, but we need to, but we have this information about the decoration itself and also about the target decoration. This information is held in this function add decoration or in method. So we need to somehow inform our update about these changes. So we want to move something right now. And so for that, we want to have references. It will be just a private variables. So let's say private transform, because we only interested in transforms. And so it will be placed decoration, where we will hold information about the decoration that our player actually put on the Christmas tree, and also target place. So this will be information about where our player have tried to, put the decoration. Both of these values we can, I will just copy names. And so let's go to add decoration. And so here after this for each loop, we already know both of these values. So for place decoration, it will be just decoration transform, because will be a transform of the decoration we just placed, and the target place will be just our hit place. When we have this, let's create new private function. We call it move decoration to place. So what will happen here? Remember that this function will be called in update. So it will be called once per frame. So we also want to know with what speed our decoration will be moved. So we want to have also a variable for that, and it will be a private variable, and it will be float. So I will just put it here, and it will be move speed. Okay. So once per frame, it will move our decoration to target position. So we can say that our decoration is place decoration, and we need to move it. So we're taking this position, and we're saying that position is equal to vector 3, and we're saying move towards, because we're moving towards somewhere, and we're moving towards our target. So we need to specify where we're moving from, and it will be our placement decoration, so placement position, sorry. So we're taking this, and then we providing our target, and our target is our target place. And we also want to specify the speed or maximum distance delta, as it's saying. It's just how far we can move it in one frame. And we're saying it's move speed multiplied by time, delta time. And it's done like target place, I guess, because I need to specify position here. And since I don't want to work for this function to work like all the time, I want to reach some state where we want to stop this movement. So let's say that if distance from our position to target will be super small, and for that we can just use vector 2 in our case, distance, and we put 2 positions here, like this one, and our target position. And if it's less than or equal to 0, 0, 1, then let's just say that our place decoration and our target place is equal to null. Great, when we have a function that will be doing these movements for us, we just need to call this function, and we will call it from our update script. But again, I don't want update to run it every frame. Instead, what I want to do, I want to check if place decoration and target place exist. So I'll just say if place decoration and target place. So if both of these values is there, then please move decoration to place. So only in this case, we know that, okay, we can now move it. Let's open Unity and just test this logic. So let's go to decoration. We need to specify move speed, and let's put it as 5 for now. And let's run our game. Click and play, and then just press space, and we see nothing. Or can we see something? Oh yeah, so we actually seen something, but it's super slow. So let's go back to decoration and just increase it maybe like 4 times to 20. It is better, but still not there yet. So maybe 50. 50 is, yeah, I like 50. Next thing, let's actually use effects that we imported to our project. So let's check for what it has, and we can go to prefabs, and then let's say to ice. Just if you double click, then you can see this visual effect. So you can choose whatever effect you want. As for me, I'm going to use light, and this one, I like this prefab for our animation. So what I will do now, I will just freeze, or you can see I will lock our project, and so then I right click and add tab project. So I will have one more project tab, and then I will move it here. So in the second tab, I can go to our prefabs and then open, double click on the decoration, and here I will move this hit to our prefab. So now we can see how it looks, and I guess it's fine. The only thing we need to change here is renderer, or the only thing that I will change is render, and I'll make it as a decoration so we can see it on our tree when it will be in the game, because right now when we double click on the prefab, we're in this prefab editor. And now because we already have this prefab on our player, when we place our decoration, this particle will work. So you see if I will, yeah, when I put in particle right now, I have this lights effects, which is great. And so another great thing that this asset has is text effects. And we can use these prefabs to show how many points or how many score our player was rewarded by establishing, or like by placing this decoration in the place where they put it. And again, you can use whatever prefab you want. I will probably use this one, so it's the third in the row. And so you can see here a document from Gene Moreno, a description, like a readme, how to create your own text effect. So if we want to change the text here. And so how to do it, what I will do, I will just duplicate existing prefab, and then I will just move this one to another place. Let's say just to prefabs root folder, the prefabs that I have. And so I will change the name to 500, double click, then here on the script, I'll change it from this bow to 500. And then you see that we have this child elements, and let's change their render to something that can be displayed, so into decorations. We can also play around with values for the color. So let's change that. I'll put like some purple for 500, and again it will be purple here. So this will be our 500 I can save prefab, then just duplicate it, change it to 100, and then I will just do similar changes for 100, just changing the text here. Let's make this one yellow, duplicate, create one for 10. So let's change the name. This one will be maybe greenish. Oh yeah, don't see it. It's fine. And one more for 0. So I will duplicate this one and put a 0. Go here, change to 0. And this one will be actually red because 0 is the minimal amount we can find. And by the way, so we changed all of this layer mask for 500, but not for everything else. So let's go to render here and also change this to decoration 1. Then in 10, we also want to go to children's and change order layer, certain layer for them in renderer. Great. Now let's go back to our Visual Studio, and in decoration controller, let's have references to this visual effects. So I'll just call them score 0 for 10, 100 and 500. And for the place where we want to instantiate those, it's already here in calculate points because we already know what is the score, right? So instantiate, then we need to provide object, so it's score 500. Then we need to provide position. It will be just transform.position, or it's actually not transform position. We need to provide position here. So let's say vector 2 and then quaternion identity. So first let's just copy everything and change our object here. So this one will be score 100, this one will be score 10, and this one is score 0. And then in the place where we call this function calculate points, we need to change here. So we need to provide position, and the position will be decoration position. So it's because it's actually the place where we want to instantiate. Great, let's go back to Unity and assign those visual effects or these prefabs now to our decoration object. So let's just drag them over here. Oh damn, I made a typo. I thought that was the game object, but this is a game manager, so I need to change this. So it will be public game object. Now we can drag them over here one by one. And when everything attached, let's try it out. So I hit play and space. Yes, it's moving and we see the score. I don't like how it's shown though. So probably I will move it before the player, right? So let's just stop it. Let's check our player, what certain layer it has. It's probably player, right? Yeah, so it's player and order in layer 5. So let's go here and let's change all of this to have something else. So certain layer player, and here will be, let's say 6, save for 100 and for everything else. I'll test this again. Yeah, so now we see clearly the text. I like how the game starts to appeal in completely different way right now with this small changes with adding these visual effects to our game. The only thing was missing now is trail render. So it's when our decoration is moving, there is no trail, and I want to add it. So let's add it together. We need to add component to our decoration prefab as it's trail render. And so let's just play around with it a bit. So first of all, I will decrease width. I will add the key here to the ends by double clicking, and then I'll just drag it here. Next, I want to see how it works. So now we see how it works. And we can change the color. So we just click on the color. You can choose this one, blank classic. And so here we can specify some gradient, which we will use. So you need to use this button triangle and just specify some color here. So I'll just use a yellow. And for this one, I will change the top triangle to alpha 0. So it will be like transparent completely. And now, as you can see, this is pink because we need to change its material. So we need to change material to something else. And so here, by the way, because we attached all of these nice effects, we can use maybe some materials from that package, and might look very interesting. But I guess I'll just use some default particle. Yep. And so now we'll just stop it and just see if I will just move it. Yeah, it looks okay. So I need also to change its time to maybe 1 or so. So now if we restart, yeah, it should disappear now. I might change it to 0.8. So the tray will be even smaller. And with this, we can just save our prefab, go back and run our game just to see how it works. Yeah, but before we test, let's just go to decoration this again and just make sure that our certain layer is decoration. And then let's say 6. And so save and then go back to game, press play. Now we put decoration. Yes, it does have this trail, but it's staying for too long. So I would like to change it to something like 0.3, save, go back and try. Yes, 0.3 is just fine. That's it for today. I hope you enjoy your progress. In the next video, we will add more levels to our game and also will work on jump booster implementation. If you enjoyed this video and you want to support me, you can always do it on Patreon for some extra perks, itch.io, or you can check my assets including this game in Unity Store. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.